for the term of your loan. So Mike was correct when he did his assumptions. It was at 4 1/4. Right now it's at 4%, and starting Thursday it'll be 4 1/8%. So we're starting to go into our next quarter, so it does fluctuate a little bit, but it's usually around that 4 to 4.5%. Just to speak a little bit about the specifics of a library project, the Secretary of Agriculture, Tom Vilsack, has appropriated $100 million through the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, specifically for library projects. USDA Rural Development sees that as a initiative that we want to support in rural communities, because there seems to be quite a demand for libraries, even with the availability of internet and e-books and online educational opportunities. Libraries continue to be a kind of a hub for a community, and that's where a lot of community development meetings, a public place to congregate and develop community continues to be, and that's a lot of the things that we support. So the Secretary has set aside this money through the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act specifically for library projects, and the city of Rushford could benefit from having that appropriation. The project would be funded through the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. Typically, our grant portion that we can provide for community facilities projects, our regulations do allow that we can go up to a certain threshold based upon the project amount, but normally we just don't have the availability of funds to put that much grant money to each project. So typically about $50,000 is the amount of grant funds that we would put towards any project. Through the special initiative, through the Recovery Act, we have the opportunity to obtain quite a bit more grant money than that based upon the need of the community. So I think this would be one of those cases where you could have funds in excess of the $50,000 in order to contribute to the grant funds that you'll be able to obtain. I don't know how much specifics you want to get into, but basically that's the program in a nutshell. The stage that you're at, we have developed your application fully. So if the council wanted to move forward on a loan, we could certainly be ready to obligate that for you. At this point, you're not obligated to anything until you would issue your loan resolution. So at that point is when you would be obligated to move forward.
Jennifer, one of the things that intrigued me and got my attention was your ability to give a loan with a grant, and whatever the loan size is, if the community turned around and paid that loan back within a year or within a month,
Yep.
It is still able to keep all of the grant dollars that were given.
That's correct. Yep, there's no repayment on the grant, and actually there's no prepayment penalty on the loan. So you could continue to do your fundraising over whatever capital campaign that you wanted to have and pay down on your loan as quickly as a city could or wanted to. Yep.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next
Move on to.
The next player, I would assume, would be the library board, or did you want Val to go first, or is he just going to be here as a resource person?
You could start with, you can show
Okay.
steps.
Okay, I can do that.